Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation you I came out there that push this word in truth and in sincerity. Hey man, all kind of shit is happening right now, man. You know, about 2 days ago or a day ago, the Russian government test fired a new RS new generation missile that's capable of reaching any target in the world. The most powerful nuclear missile that has ever been created in the history of man. And they test fired it. But guess what? You didn't hear nothing about that on the United States news. You didn't hear nothing about that on CNN. The American government's not talking shit. Now, had that been Iran or North Korea or any other one of these small nations, they'd have been all in arms at that. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? They're not even talking that much shit about Kim Jong-un his test firing his missile that was successful because why? They backed by Russia and China. And then you got to ask yourself this question: the Biden administration gave Iran $6 billion in aid. All of a sudden, Hamas attacks Israel. Can't make this shit up, man. So, because Israel was not playing ball with United States the way they want them to play ball, and they put him and they voted Benjamin Netanyahu. He's not fully, you know, taking orders from the American government anymore. In fact, they're giving orders to the American government. They playing ball. Now they trying to, you know, military coup, or whatever the case may be, over in Israel. Time will tell, because this happened last night. Over 5,000 rockets has been shot, and casualties is piling up on both sides. But we got to understand this, that Iran, the Revolutionary Guard, Hamas is the proxy army, as well as Hezbollah is a proxy army for the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. We understand that. Just like North Korea is a proxy for the Chinese government. Just like the American government has proxies over in Ukraine fighting the Russian government. So there's wars all over the place, man. Then you got the migrants coming in. So that's another whole issue, man. But you know what? Russia test firing them missiles. That's Isaiah 54, verse 16 and 17. Behold, I created the smith that blew up the coals in the fire, that bring forth that instrument, roughly paraphrasing it. The smiths are the modern day scientists. So guess what? The Lord is allowing Russia to still manufacture high-grade nuclear weapons, and that's a part of the Lord's army. Just so it could be shot off from that assembly of great nations, starting with Russia, pursuant to Jeremiah 50:9. That assembly of great nations, man. That's what will come up against America and its ally. So everything is starting to take place and shape out to be the beginning stages of World War III. You know? Because this battle that's about to take place is not going to be like the old conventional way of fighting, man. Pursuant to Isaiah 9 and 5. This is going to be a fire. This is going to be a war fueled by fire. Not the old conventional ancient way. Garments rolled in blood, battle axes, spikes for bats with spikes, swords, daggers. No, this is going to be a fire, a war fueled by fire. From concentrated fire from them chariots and thermonuclear missiles that's going to be laser guided, which has been given to Esau by the Lord Yahweh Yahweh Shah, and it's going to be spiritually guided by the Lord Yahweh Yahweh Shah to do much damage and turn America to a lake of fire. So what we got to understand is the Lord, he said once again, he's going to shake the kingdoms. You know? And how's he going to do that? By thermonuclear destruction. Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse on down, the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. How is that going to take place, man? What's going to make the earth real to and fro like a drunkard? Them nuclear missiles, thermonuclear missiles. You know, right along with when Yahushua cracked them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance, concentrated fire from them chariots. We got to understand something, man. We're at the end of Esau's rulership, and he know it too. That's why he's going to come down with great wrath. Revelation 12 and 12. During the time of Jacob's trouble, man, all hell is going to break loose, man. We see with these migrants and how they reacting, what they doing. You got these migrants, they're not just over here seeking asylum and seeking shelter. They over here because some of them are mercenaries for the UN under the disguise of a migrant. Because there was a video that I put up, but they immediately took it down on TikTok about how this Uber driver was, he had a passenger, and the passenger was a migrant. And he was telling, he was a so-called Hamite, or appeared to be a Hamite, and he was telling him that he was brought over here by the orders of the UN. He get paid $2,200 a month. He got a cell phone, and he got room and board. And it's all being paid for by the American government. But why? What's the agenda? Because when all hell break loose, these devils are going to unleash these different Interpol and mercenaries. Because why? The American government, the soldiers, the National Guard, they ain't going to fire on their citizens. And most of the troops, the National Guards, they got family members. They ain't going to fire on their family members. You kidding me? So that's why they're bringing in mercenaries and foreign troops who don't give a fuck about America. And this is going to get bad, man. This is going to get real bad, man. Because, hey, man, this war is going to be fueled by fire. And before that happens, all hell's going to break loose with these migrants. Because some of them are MS-13 members. Some of them are over here. But they owe them drug cartels, and their families are still stuck over in them countries being held hostage by these drug cartels. And if you don't pay them more what you owe them, they're going to fuck you up. 9 ways to Sunday, they're going to fuck you up. And you're going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up. So, hey, man, that's why they over here, most of them. Some of them are over here because they're seeking asylum. Some of them are over here. And you see what's happening over in Michigan. They looting people. These migrants, they looting people over in California too, man. They're doing a lot of damage over there. Criminal activities. And once they fully open up, once Esau allow these devils to fully open up, it's going to be straight anarchy in these streets, man. And that's what these devils want. That's what these devils want. But going back to these wars that's taking place over in Ukraine, the rumors of wars with Iran and Israel, the Israeli government, the rumors of wars with China over the situation in Taiwan trying to take over, trying to take back the land, which actually is theirs, the one China policy. These are all wars and rumors of wars. And we in that time of Esau losing the grip on his society, losing the grip on his empire, so therefore he's going to come down having great wrath, man. Revelation 12 and 12, man. And we see what's going on. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. So therefore, when we being circumspect, us being a part of the elect, we being circumspect, and we measuring the times, man, diligently in itself, man. We measuring the times, man. Pursuant to 2 Ezra 9 and 1. We see what's coming down the pipe. We see how these devils are moving. They're starting to show their horns. The Lord's allowing these devils to show their horns. You know? Are you getting the picture? Can you grasp and understand what's being said, what's being brought out? This is all prophecy. Joel, the 2nd and 3rd chapter, concerning these nuclear missiles that's being test fired and manufactured, all pointed at Russia, all pointed at the United States and its allies. But guess what? Russia, Vladimir Putin, threatened NATO and United States. Anybody that use a dirty bomb or any kind of nuclear missiles against Russia, they're gonna be bombarded by hundreds of nuclear missiles with multiple warheads. That's what that's telling you. They're equipped and they're ready. You see? That's why it tell you in Jeremiah 50:9 that the Lord is going to gather an assembly of great nations to come up against America, to do them much dirt, to do them dirty, to victimize America, turn this bitch to a lake of fire. This is all prophecy, man. This is not my words. These are prophecy, man. This is prophecy. Zephaniah 1, verse 14 and 15, that great day of the Lord is near. And it's hastening greatly, man. We see what's happening. We that much closer to the charagma being mandatory, man. Being made mandatory, man. Look what's going on with the economy. Look what's going on. January 1st, 2024, the BRICS nations, all these nations that was put their applications in, they're gonna be permanent members of the BRICS. That's Saudi Arabia, Iran, all these nations, Ethiopia, all these nations that's rich in oil. And also we gotta understand something too. What's going on? We gotta understand it too. What's going on over in Africa with these African nations coming up against the colonialism of United States and France and all the rest of them, the European nations that's over there stealing their resources, man. So it's a great, how can I say, for the lack of better words, I'm gonna say it's a great uprising against Esau, the so-called white man that had dominance over this earth since the late 1300s, early 1400s. Now all these different nations are like, yo, listen, man, we tired of this shit, man. We tired of the hegemony and the economic hegemony and the military hegemony of the American empire. So now they forming alliances and they coming against, you got the Russian government, which they also Edomites. A lot of them, some of them are Jakes, but a lot of them are Edomites, and they come up against the how can I say, the United States counterparts of Esau. Because the United States, they're Edomites too. But guess what? These Russians are, they're totally against them. So, hey, man, things are heating up. This is something for you to consider, man. This is something for you to ponder upon your beds and think about this, because it's not going to change. It's not going to change for the better. It's only going to get worse. Look at all the empires of old. At the end of the empire, it was usurping. It was usurping authority over different factions within that government. It was the government was split. Going back to the Assyrians, going back to the Babylonians, the Medes and the Persians, man. Going back to the Greeks and the Romans, man. That's why you had the year of 4 emperors in Rome, because they was totally against each other, man. The year of the 4 emperors. Until Vespasian kind of restored some kind of prestige to the Roman government. But that didn't last long. And the same thing is happening now. Donald Trump is trying to make America great again. That ain't gonna happen, man. That ain't gonna happen. America's on its last legs. Matter of fact, it's on its last toes, because they ain't got no legs no more. Like the Apostle Tahar said, they ain't got no more legs. The American government is over. This empire that Esau created through lies and deception is coming to an abrupt end, and there's nothing he could do about that. You see all these nations rising up, coming up against America, and you know what? And all these nations are starting to see the trickery and the fuckery and the lies and the deception of the American government. Who's the greatest and the biggest terrorist on the planet Earth? These Edomites, the American government. And these nations are starting to see that shit, man. And they taking notice, and guess what? That's why they getting military alliances and economic alliances with Russia and China. They dumping the dollar and they going for greener pastures. This is real. This is real, man. You know? Everything that's being spoken is prophecy. This is real. It's real talk, man. The American government is soaking in the drain. And everybody that's hell-bent on, especially you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, is hell-bent on keeping this country afloat, this empire afloat. Though join hand in hand, the wicked should not be unpunished. You're all going to fall with them. Something to consider. Think about that. So with that, I'm at my destination. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and the bishops and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, you occupy that I push this word in truth and sincerity. And with that, Shalom.